ooh, 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 ooh. Afro Jeffrey shoot. Dun, 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 dun. Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of Which is Better out of Corruption and Crimson. So, in the last episode, we were just about to start the bosses, but we ran out of time. So, we're just gonna move on to the bosses. So, in the Corruption, there is the Eater of World, which is a non-mechanical version of the Destroyer. It has several segments, and you don't want to snap it in the middle. Tips for fighting this thing: always aim for the head or the tail before it breaks up into more things, and in expert mode it shoots out vile spit from its head like the Corruptors in hard mode. So, let's move to the So in the Crimson, we have the Brain of Cthulhu, which is like a giant brain, but you can't battle the Eater of Worlds and the Brain of Cthulhu till you beat the Eye of Cthulhu. So the Brain of Cthulhu is a giant brain with arms that shoots out 30 creepers till you can attack the brain itself. It's the only boss that can. It's also the only boss that can take knockback damage. And so, if we go back down here, if you've already seen, I've broke the Crimson Heart. So, if you break 3 Crimson Hearts like the Shadow Orbs and the Corruption, you can spawn the Brain of Cthulhu. So if I go back home, I could try to spawn the Eater of Worlds for you, but my weapons are too powerful, so I'll just use my weakest one. So we're just going to try find my hammer, and then we'll go to the Corruption and we'll spawn the Eater of Worlds. So, where is it? I don't know where my hammer is, so I might just take me quite a while to find it. Has to be in here somewhere. Here we are. Here's a hammer. I've got multiple of them, but I don't just really need all of them. So if we go to my world now, we can spawn the Eater of Worlds. Well, I've only got 15 minutes time, so I might just use my Paladin's hammer to destroy it extremely quick. So let's just see if I can do something real quick, because this is very important. What do you need to be near to make that? You need to be near an alchemy station. Never mind. So let's just go down here and break some shadow orbs. If you don't know what shadow orbs look like, they look like purple circles. and you can break them with any kind of hammer. So I'm just going to use this one. And can you see how you get something from breaking them? So you can either get an accessory, a ranged weapon, a pet spawner thing, a melee weapon. Why do I just keep getting it done? Well, this is actually a pretty good thing, getting the gun. Of course, if you get a gun, you can have an arms dealer show up here, so that's okay, I guess. So there should be some more shadow orbs nearby. All I just need to do is find one more shadow orb. So, just need to try find one more shadow orb. I probably won't be able to spawn the Brain of Cthulhu. Of course, I've got no Crimson Hearts in any of my worlds, so I break them all. So all I've got to do is just find a shadow orb, which is normally not too hard. Just gotta find one shadow orb. Well, I might be running out of time, so I might just have to give up. Right, that's it. I'm checking one more hole, and if I don't get a shadow orb, too bad. Oh, took it out one shot. With the paladins. Just saying, this is a pretty good weapon. I only got it yesterday. Off camera. Dang it. Corruption. Wait, could still be shadow orbs. Oh, still get corruption. There could still be shadow orbs down here. Wait. There's going to be that way, won't waste as much of my time that I have for recording. Yes, tons of shadow orbs. So if we just go down here, we can just break a shadow orb, and then we can spawn it. You see here orbs with orbs, and that's the melee weapons. Have a look, chain. Have a look. Wait, can you only be spawning the corruption? That's beautiful. Oh, too. We're just gonna have to move on to the what? Should I move on to now? Well, I only got 6 minutes left, so I think we should just move on to what you get from the Crimson Heart. So you either get a melee, a ranged, a magic, an accessory, and then a pet spawner thing. So for the pet spawner thing in the Crimson, you get the Crimson Heart, which summons a pet Crimson Heart, and then for the corruption, you get the Shadow Wall, which hits Shadow Wall. And then for the accessory, in the corruption, you get the Band of Star Power, which gives you plus 20 mana. And then the Panic Necklace, which is way better, gives you plus 50% movement speed after being struck. And then for the ranged weapons, you have the Undertaker and the Musket. The Musket's better. And then for the melee weapon, you have I think it's it's the meatball for the crimson, and then I forget what the corruption one's called, but it's a more chain. The meatball is better though. Wait, the melee weapon is the rotted fork, so that's the meatball is the thing that you can make. So you get the rotten fork for the melee weapon, and then for the range, wait, I've already done the range, so the magic weapon you get the Vile Thorn, and then what's the other thing? I forget the other thing. So let's just move on to the biome chest after you beat Plantera. So they both feature their own version of chests in the dungeon. If you don't know how to make the keys, so you need corruption key mold for the corruption key and the crimson key mold for the crimson key, and then you do exactly the same thing. 5 souls of fright, 5 souls of night, and 5 souls of sight, and then 1 temple key. At work, you don't have to be standing anywhere, and then you can make yourself a crimson and a corruption key. So what you get from the crimson is the vampire knives, and what you get from the corruption is the Surge of the Corruptor. I've got both of them on me right now, so I'll show you what they do. So I'll start off with the Surge of the Corruptor, because the vampire knives are better. So the Surge of the Corruptor shoots a long corruptor which breaks up into 2 smaller corruptors like that. And if you don't know how all my attacks are fiery, it's the fire gauntlet that you need. So if you don't know how to make that, you just need to make the Avenger emblem, and then so you need a power glove which you make out of feral claws and titan glove, and then you defeat the wall of flesh to get all of the emblems, and then you can make the Avenger emblem, and then you mix the power glove with the Avenger emblem to make the mechanical glove, and then if you get a magma stone from hell, you can make yourself the fire gauntlet, which combines the abilities of all of those accessories. So, and then the vampire knife shoots 4 to 8 life-stealing daggers. It's a really good thing, so I'd recommend getting these items. But you have to find the crimson just in the dungeon, and if you don't know what the jungle, the ice, and the hollow biome things are, so for the jungle you get the piranha gun, for the hollow you get the rainbow gun, the piranha gun, the Surge of the Corruptor and the vampire knives are both melee weapons, and then what is it again? Yeah, the piranha gun is a melee weapon, and then the rainbow gun is a magic weapon. Wait, the piranha gun's a ranged weapon, and then the rainbow gun is a magic weapon. Well, it does the most damage out of all of them. But it's got very low critical strike chance, and then the Staff of the Frost Hydra, which you get from the Ice Biome chest, is a summoner thing which requires magic, so I'd recommend it as a magic weapon. So let's just judge which one is better out of the corrupt and the crimson now. So in my opinion, for the crimson, the Brain of Cthulhu is not as fun as the Eater of Worlds, by being as it is so annoying because of its second stage. And the good thing about it is it's the only boss that takes knockback. And then the Eater of Worlds is a fun boss fight. And then, oh, I forgot to tell you one thing, the expert mode items. So for the Brain of Cthulhu expert mode item, you get the Brain of Confusion, which causes confusion. It's an accessory. Only if you put it on, your enemies go into confusion. And then the Eater of Worlds expert mode item is way better. So it's called the Worm Scarf. It looks really cool, and it's just what does it do again? It allows it does minus 15% of your damage taken. So you don't take as much damage with no matter what. If you put it on every attack that you get hit, you don't take as much damage. So it is a really good accessory, and I recommend you getting it. And then I just like to say, I'm not trying to be mean, but in my opinion, the Crimson is a better biome. If you don't know how much the Surge of the Corruptor does, it does 86, and then Vampire Knives do 40. So the Vampire Knives is a complete better version of the Surge of the Corruptor. Even though the Surge of the Corruptor does more damage, the Vampire Knives is better because they heal you. Don't forget about that thing. So, should I change my hair at all? Because I'm not sure. Oh my god, that looks weird. That's pretty bad. Oh, that's a good hairstyle. Right now is good enough. So, thank you. But, thanks for watching, guys. And see you all later.